pick. Actually, I think it was the first round pick and more picks. Denver got Waddle, a 4th round pick in this year's draft. Miami received their 1st round pick along with a 3rd and a 4th round pick in this year's draft. Also, the Broncos have made 0 free agent signings to this point up until the offseason. They now make this huge move to get Jaylen Waddle, their first move of the offseason. A huge move to gain wide receiver help. This is an interesting trade. Who do you guys think won this trade between the Dolphins and the Broncos?
This is one of those rare situations where it's a win-win. Let me start with the Denver Broncos. Reason to me win for the Denver Broncos is because you're bringing back the nucleus of the roster from last year, but you're adding a bona fide 1,000-yard wide receiver. And now not only do you have Courtland Sutton, who's kind of that big play 6'3", 6'4" wide receiver who can go up and get it, particularly in the red zone, you have a burner in Jaylen Waddle. So if you have a DB who could match up against Courtland Sutton's long, striding, big frame, well, do you have the same DB that can match up against Jaylen Waddle's low 4.3 speed? Think about the concepts and the combinations you can run when you have Courtland Sutton running the in-breaking routes, the dagger routes, if you will, and you have Jaylen Waddle taking the top off of the defense. So for me, you're returning Pat Surtain. You're returning Nick Bonito. You're returning Courtland Sutton. Bo Nix is coming back. Then you add to that Jaylen Waddle. I love what they're doing offensively. I believe Marvin Mims there as well. So I love what's going on there. On the flip side, though, if you're a Dolphins fan, you got 7 picks in the first 2 days of the NFL draft. That is a win. 2 first-round picks, Miami Dolphins, a second-round pick, 4 third-round picks. You got a new general manager, so I do not anticipate the same wasting of picks like Chris Greer did. And you have a new head coach who Shady knows well, who knows exactly what he wants with that team, and what he wants in Jeff Havley is defense. You got 7 picks in the first 3 days, Miami Dolphins. This is how you turn around an organization. This is how you turn around a franchise, but you have to hit on those picks. Jaylen Waddle by himself was not saving any team. He was not resurrecting any team. But these first round, second round, and third round picks, that can save a franchise.
F them picks.
F them picks.
F them picks. I don't know if I like that, Acho. I'll be honest. Like I don't even, after the 4th round, after the 3rd round, I don't really count players for real. Because you don't know what you're getting, right? If we could have got maybe 3 first rounders, maybe 2 second rounders, right? I might love this deal, but I don't. I'm going to go with the Broncos. One thing I know about the Broncos, if you know Sean Payton, and his offense, he always has a speed guy. It's his thing, right? I like has multiple running backs, a big receiver, and he's a speed guy. If you remember back in the day, they had Marcus Colston, they had Reggie Bush, Deuce McAllister, then they had Henderson, or they had Ted Ginn, who was a speed guy. Well, Waddle is not just a speed guy. He's a ball player. He's a top tier wide receiver. He's a first rounder.
Facts.
He ain't just going on street routes, right? On dummy routes. You could give him them quick little now screens, make a guy miss.
Talk about it.
Right? You could give him a little slant. 3-yard slant, he can go 30 yards. He's a special as a playmaker. So if you ask me who won this trade, I'm going with Denver. You got a winning team and you're building a new winning culture. Really good defense, right? A good quarterback that is getting better as each game goes on. You got Courtland Sutton, that's a really good wide receiver, right?
Really good wide receiver.
Possession guy, right? For sure hands. And then you add Waddle in the mix. That is a nice move.
Yeah. It's a really nice move. I mean,
offensively for sure, and they can run the ball.
The reason, Shady, I don't want to say that the Broncos won the trade is because if you're the Dolphins, you got a 1st round pick for Jaylen Waddle.
Okay,
that's like the Bills didn't get a 1st round pick for DJ Moore. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I think he went for a 2nd.
No, you're right.
So like you got a 1st round and a 3rd round for Jaylen Waddle. So not only do you get now another rookie who's about to be on 5 years of a deal, you got a quarterback that's essentially on a rookie deal in Malik Willis because he's not making like a real quarterback long-term money.
But the thing is this.
Talk to me.
Do you know who the GM is?
Brand new over the Dolphins.
Exactly. It's a brand new one. So. Having all these picks is cool. If Howie Roseman or Brett Veach was the GM, everybody's going to say, you know what? The Dolphins win this trade. But we don't know the GM, right? I know John. I know his name. But I haven't seen what he's done. And my thing is, I can't depend on you to get these draft picks. You clean the house with all these players, right? And you bring these draft picks. Cool. Jeff Hatley's my guy. I'm going for him. But I don't know how they draft. And if you're the Niners, I love it. The Eagles, I love it. Chiefs, I love it. But I don't know how that's going to work in Miami.
That's well said. Then let me spin this conversation forward. Then
well, spin it then, DJ.
Are the Broncos now the team to beat in your mind? 2-5 because in the AFC.
Don't
apologies.
matter. The Chiefs is there. What I can't do. I can't be talking about other teams like that and the Chiefs are still there. They had one bad year.
Yep.
Injuries, etc. They ain't played well. Cool. This team, forget the Super Bowls, forget the AFC Championship games. They win their division 9 years in a row.
Yeah.
So they had a bad year. It happens. They're going to win 10 in a row. Mm-hmm. So in the AFC side, to me, I still can't put no team over the Bills. Over the Chiefs. Yep. I can't do it.
The reason I disagree with you, and the reason I say it's the Broncos now is, where are the Chiefs on week 1 of the NFL season? Week 1 of the NFL season, where are the Chiefs better than the Broncos? Where? Pat's not going to be there week 1. Justin Fields is not better than Bo Nix. I don't care if Bo Nix is coming off a fractured ankle. Where? Receivers? Hell no. Where? Tight ends? Nope. Where? Secondary? Who's playing corner for the Chiefs? Where? Linebacker? Maybe. Nick Bolton, shout out to him. Where? Defensive line?
Not even close. No.
Where? Where are the Chiefs better than the Broncos?
Yeah.
I would say that the Broncos are the best team in the AFC going into this upcoming season, because at receiver, Broncos probably got you beat, whoever you are in the AFC. Play caller, outside of the Chiefs, Broncos probably got you beat, whoever you are in the AFC. Cornerback, Broncos for sure got you beat, whoever you are in the AFC. In the secondary, Hufanga coming back, Broncos likely got you beat, whoever you are in the AFC. Nick Bonito there, outside of the Houston Texans as far as defensive line, Broncos probably got you beat, whoever you are in the AFC. So for me, the Broncos have to be the team on top in the AFC as we return into the season. Broncos and Texans, for me, 2 best rosters in the AFC. We'll see everybody else.
Man, I'm not going to do that against you. That's a valid point. I'll just say this, man. The good thing is we have to play this thing on paper, right? Because everybody in America bet against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl against the Niners. I watched Acho say, where they got all these different advantages at? Only a quarterback, that's it. Defense goes to Niners. The talented goes to Niners. Wide receivers, the running back, everybody. So it's always like that, though.
Yeah.
I watched the Chiefs win championships when they were the most talented, and I watched them win championships when they weren't even near the top talent.
Game-winning touchdowns to Sky Moore and Mecole Hardman.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to let you have that tape, but I know one thing. I talked to the big man 2 weeks ago.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Andy Reid?
Oh, man. Andy Reid.
Talk about it.
He focused.
Yeah.
You know why? Because there's people giving takes like that, like you did. There's people saying the Chiefs is going to be done. Pat's going to be hurt. Who's Justin Fields? All this stuff. He hears it. He hears the whispers. He going to be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, you're talking about this Broncos team, though. This is a huge move
They
for
are
them
good, though.
to get
They are
another
good.
wide receiver to get a wide receiver that's a bona fide, really solid number 2. I would say top 5 to 10 number 2 wide receiver over the past couple of years in the NFL when healthy. Obviously, the injury is a little bit of a concern for Jaylen Waddle. But when you look at this wide receiver room, I want to get your thoughts. Jaylen Waddle, Cortland Sutton, Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, Marvin Mims, some young guys, Little Jordan Humphrey, Michael Bandy. Obviously, a solid enough room with some pieces, but who do you guys think the number 1 in this room is now moving forward? Is it going to be a Jaylen Waddle? Is it going to be a Cortland Sutton still, maybe?
I think it is Cortland Sutton's room, and it's Cortland Sutton's offense until proven otherwise.
Okay.
Cortland Sutton is a receiver that's had back-to-back 1,000-yard receiving seasons in his tenure with the Miami Dolphins. Marvin Mims, good player. Marvin Mims, a burner. Marvin Mims had a huge catch in the game against the Patriots.
He's a good player.
Like, really good player. But, like, it's Cortland Sutton's team. It's Cortland Sutton's offense. Cortland Sutton, I think, has also been there for, like, 7 years, 8 years or something like that. Shady knows, like, bro, if you've been in a locker room for more than 3 years, you've more than likely seen the entire roster turn over.
That's true.
Cortland Sutton done seen Russell Wilson. He done seen Bo Nix. He done seen Jarrett Stidham. Like, Cortland Sutton done seen people come in and out. It's his locker room. It's his team.
Yeah. I mean, moving forward, we're going to talk about the Dolphins side of this trade, though, more. Their wide receiver room does not look like the Broncos wide receiver room. It actually looks like, I don't know, it looks pretty bad. Tutu Atwell, Jalen Tolbert, Terrence Marshall, Malik Washington, Taj Washington, Theo Weiss Jr., and A.J. Henning make up that Dolphins wide receiver room. Also, like you mentioned, though, Acho, 7 picks in the first 2 days of the draft, 2 first, 1 second, and 4 third-round picks for the Dolphins, as well as a 4th, 5th, and 2 7ths. Dan Orlovsky had an opinion that he wanted to share on this. I'll let you guys take a listen to what he had to say.
I think they can get a draft wide receiver that they can build around earlier in the draft. But it does make me think, because there's been 2 teams, and you've heard me say this, that I've said, like, these are the great places for the Alabama quarterback Ty Simpson. Arizona would be one, and Miami would be another. And I know they just paid Malik Willis. I know that. But given the timeline and given just the style of the quarterback with the style of offense that would be in Miami, at least under this regime, it makes me think, even though they signed Malik Willis, they should do their homework and entertain drafting Ty Simpson in Miami.
Yeah, I'm completely out on the Ty Simpson at 11 or maybe 30. I don't know. But are the Dolphins setting up Malik Willis to fail in you guys' opinion?
What you think, Tupac?
He's a really good player. I watched him develop. He used to be real bad. Now he's real good. Every time I see him, he got better and better and better. The question is, are they setting him up to fail? I don't like these wide receivers, but I will say this. Jeff Hafley's a really good coach, smart guy, player type of coach. You know what I'm saying? So players love him. And I can't see him setting him up like that. They must have something going on where, because I'm thinking like Tutu, well, right? Even though he's replacing Waddle, but they say he's a speed guy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I see where they're going with this. I just got to see what happens, right? Like now, the team is not complete. Right now, the offense is not complete. So I don't want to panic. You know what I mean? You still have the draft. You still can trade the draft.
Part.
You got 2 first rounders. You got a second rounder. You got 3 thirds. You might see something happen where they might give a trade up. So I don't want to panic yet. I do think they have smart head coach over there in Jeff Hafley, so he'll figure it out.
Well, I'll interject here to add more context. The Dolphins are going to be over $100 million in dead cap money hitting this season. They had to, in my opinion, John Eric Sullivan had a horrible situation. Him and Jeff Hafley looked at this team and said, we need to blow it all up and rebuild it from scratch. And I do like what you said, Acho, about the Dolphins this past season. They're a soft football team.
Yeah.
They were a soft football team under Mike McDaniel. And now they're trying to rebuild it in Jeff Hafley's image. This GM and new coach combo gets 7 picks in the first 2 days of the draft to try to rebuild it. And it's what they had to do with $100 million, sending Jaylen Waddle off and getting a first round back in 2/3. That's exactly what they need.
Here's what I like what you just said. Remember, we got Hollywood Brown joining the show. Kieran, go ahead and try calling him while I give this take. Kieran just said something brilliant. Rebuilding it in Jeff Hafley's image. Players are a reflection of their coach.
That's true.
The Miami Dolphins for the last several years were small. They were fast. They were kind of like a quirky team. Who was their coach? Their coach was Mike McDonald. Small, kind of like a quirky individual. That's why you got a bunch of small, fast players. Shout out to Jaylen Waddle. Shout out to Tyreek Hill. Shout out to Devon A. Chain. But eventually, and Tua Tagovailoa. Eventually, you got to beat somebody down. Eventually, in a phone booth, you got to win a fight. You got to win a fight in a phone booth, and you can only win so many fights going to war with small, undersized players. You can outrun everybody, but what happens when you got to square up with somebody? And to me, the Miami Dolphins did not have that team.
We got somebody in the speakeasy.
We got somebody.